Okay, you clicked on this video because you're ambitious, but you're lazy. Okay, go ahead. Continue being lazy. Oh wait, you don't want to. Okay, so you've had two options. Being lazy and being ambitious. It's as simple as black and white. It's now time for you to choose what is it that you want to do. Do you want to be lazy or do you want to be ambitious? Because if you want to be lazy, then okay, au revoir. Honestly, get off this video and continue living your fabulous life. Enjoy your life. Because this video isn't meant for you. This video is meant for those who want to be ambitious. You need to make that decision now because you'll be stuck between the two. And who wants to be in limbo? Who wants to be in the middle? We've got two simple decisions. You need to make that decision right now because the more you ponder on it, the more hard it's going to get, the more time you waste. Honestly, nobody is forcing you. Nobody's forcing you to make this decision but you, yourself, and yourself. Because why am I saying it? Why am I questioning you? It's because time isn't necessarily money. Time is precious. I was watching this YouTuber. She mentioned something. She said that, time isn't as valuable as money. Why? Because imagine you were given $1 million. You had the option to be given $1 million today, and then tomorrow you die. Nobody wants to take that offer. People want to enjoy the time they have to have that money and enjoy it. So time isn't equivalent to money. If you keep being lazy, no one else will do it for you. And what happens is your laziness becomes somebody else's abundance, somebody else's success, somebody else's wealth, somebody else's happiness that could have been yours. In their hands, they've taken your success, your abundance, because you decided to continue to be lazy. That is your own fault, unfortunately. And I get it. I've been there before. You're ambitious, but you're lazy. You're lazy, or you get tired really easily. You're creative, you're smart, and you feel like you can do so much more for yourself. And you also may have fears or self-doubt or not, which I have a video for. You should go check it out, my self-doubt video, and how to overcome that, and other things that are still holding you back. But best believe, if it's just laziness and you're not dealing with medical situations, you've got free time in your hands, then that's on you, because there's always someone out there who's working harder than you, who's doing so much more than you, but you're not willing to fulfill what you desire for yourself because of your laziness. And I understand, because when I was younger, at school, I was ambitious, I worked hard, I was dedicated. But once I got home, it switched off. I was lazy. But also, sometimes I'll be very active when I was at home and whatnot. I was like an on and off button. But you need to fix that. You need to make sure that button is on. Because you're wasting time, and time is precious. Not equivalent to money, it is precious. Okay, here is an example. There's a story that I remember where there was, I think it was a British trampoline Olympian. It was a video I was watching, this was time ago. And he had a brother and him, and they were both they were both in the trampoline kind of club where they were doing stunts and whatever you do in the Olympics in that sector of the sport. And his brother, I think the older brother, I could be wrong, he was actually the more talented one, and the younger brother wasn't. But over time, because the younger brother, I think he was the younger brother, decided to dedicate himself, he decided to be consistent, he decided to put in the effort and put in the work, and he decided to not be lazy and look after his health, check on what he needs to eat, and he decided to be consistent. He was the one that ended up becoming a professional Olympian, and I think he may have won some medals. I'm not sure, I need to research that. But the other one, he was the talented one, but he didn't decide to do those things or pursue those goals, which maybe just what he wanted to do in life. But because of that, somebody else, I think it was the younger brother, I don't remember, somebody else, but it was his brother, took that spotlight from him, took his opportunities from him, because he didn't put in the effort. And you never know, if the older brother did put in the effort, he could be a much greater Olympian as the other one, because he was naturally gifted and talented. But the one he was good at what he did, but the younger brother, he was good at what he did, but he didn't put in the effort. He stole the spotlight, his abundance, his achievements in that field, because he might be doing something else that he loves now, but in terms of that, he has it instead. I need to make a decision. Don't let anyone take your abundance, creativity, wealth, spotlight from you. Now is the time. You're missing out on a lot of things that you didn't know that you could achieve. Okay, I understand. So everyone's different. So because of that, you need to understand your daily physical energy. Okay, you need to understand what makes you tired, how much sleep you need to get each day, what are the things that you need to eat in order to be more productive. I think this is called biohacking, I could be wrong, but you need to figure out what is the things that you do in order to be more energetic. Because if you're a naturally lazy person, because I know there are different people, there are people out there, they're very active, they love being active, and they're just born like that. And there are people who have lower energy, maybe due to iron, or people who just have mid-level amounts of energy. You need to start training your body, or understanding how your body works, so that you can work effectively, you can have more energy to do the things that you want to do. The things you can do is finding out foods that works for you, that gives you more energy. It could be, I like having smoothies, I like drinking more water. I know that heavy foods make me tired. Like I know my traditional like African food, I just stay away from that because I know I get tired and not productive. So maybe eating more vegetables gives you more energy. Like knowing when to eat throughout the day. If I eat in the evening, I get tired. If I eat in the morning, I make sure to eat small portions so that I have more energy. Eat fruit so that I have more energy. Understand how much, like you can find out how much sleep do you need per day, and how to make sure that you get enough sleep. Maybe you're the type of person that needs to nap after doing bits of work. You need to nap for a bit, or rest for a bit for like 10-15 minutes. Or you're someone that needs, after doing like maybe a piece of work that you're working on outside of towards your goal, you need to like jump for like 5 minutes just to make your body, or trick your body into feeling active and more energized. For example, I know that working from home makes me feel more healthier. It makes me feel less tired. I look younger because I've just got the time to look after myself. I've got the time to I'm not as stressed out going to work back and forth because it's so fun. Or like if you know that scrolling on TikTok or social media makes you tired, or watching a movie during midday will make you tired and not want to do anything throughout the day, then don't do that. Like for example, one thing I do is I usually go on Saturday, because I work 5 days a week, but I go on Saturday and I have a day off on Sunday because I know I'll be tired for the next 5 days that I'm working. If you want some more ideas and tips, I've done a micro habits video that you can use for like tips to make you more productive, and improve the quality of your life. So go and check that out. Okay, so what you need to do is to research whatever you want to do, whether it's losing weight, whether it's achieving a new career goal, whether it's becoming a content creator, starting a new hobby, starting a new activity, starting a new sport. You need to start researching where the places that you can do it, or how you can start getting into it. Seeing how you can find communities with people who are interested in doing what you want to do. Start doing some research, because once you do the research, you can create a plan for yourself. Why do I say this? Because with everywhere you go, with everything you do, starting from nursery school, you always had a schedule. You always had a schedule throughout the day. You're gonna do this, and that throughout the day. When you went to primary school, secondary school, you always had a schedule. Even with your curriculums, subjects that you're studying, you always had a plan as to, for year 8 you're gonna study this. Year 9 you're gonna study so and so. Or for this term we're gonna study so and so. There's always a plan and structure. There's always whatever you do, the best thing, or wherever you work, there's always a schedule, a plan, some sort of structure or some sort of system to be productive. So I would say create a system, create a plan, whatever it is that you need to do. And you can always change it, you can always adapt it if it doesn't work out for you. Pressure creates diamonds, and I know this because personally, I know that I work best under pressure. Not too much pressure, because then that just messes up my mental health, that just makes me go crazy, but some sort of pressure that I know I can work with. Setting goals for myself, realistic goals that I know that I can achieve, because I've calculated that, in the evening I've got time to do this for so and so hours. And also, do be flexible with it, because things happen. You can't guarantee what happens in life, but as long as you have a goal, you know where you're going. Did you forget to like, comment, and subscribe? How rude. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you're enjoying this video. Even with businesses, the people that work there, every single worker, whether it be in a warehouse, a supermarket, they all have targets and goals that they need to achieve. Whether they're working back house, whether they're working in the warehouse, whether they're working with like buying the produce, planning what seasonal foods that they need to get into the business. You know what I mean. They all have a target and a goal that needs to be achieved. Another tip that might help is another idea is that if you have a certain goal that you need to do, and you know you procrastinate over doing the laundry, saying you 3 days to do it. Let's say you were told, if you don't do this, you will die. You would most likely do that goal within let's say you just do your laundry within 15 minutes because you don't want to, or you'll die in a week at this time. You'll most likely do it because you're under pressure. And this, of course, doesn't apply to everything. Like, there's some things that need time to achieve it, or maybe nearly impossible. You never know. Learn how to fly within a day. You never know. But what I'm trying to say is that when you put yourself under health, let's call it healthy pressure, then you end up becoming more productive. So set goals and targets. Another thing that's helped me is also to build your mindset. So this is through it's made me just feel more healthy and more ambitious as well. Okay, stop thinking. You could have done this video because you know that you're lazy and that's affecting your ambition. Okay, you need to stop thinking that, oh, I'm lazy. Delete that from your brain, or flick it away from your brain, because that is not who you are anymore. It's kind of a thing that's supposed to do self-concept. I'll talk about it in another video, because sometimes it's you are what you eat. Sometimes you are what you think, and that's got to do with law of attraction and whatnot, which I'm going to do another video about. You need to stop thinking that you are lazy and start thinking, oh no, I'm ambitious, I'm productive, and start actually doing that. Because once you do that, you start realizing, oh my god, I'm actually this type of person. So not just thinking about it, but also doing it. You keep saying, oh, I'm not lazy, but you can be playing a game throughout the whole day for the next 3 days. And also the fact that you think you're lazy could also affect how you perceive yourself. So because you know you're always lazy, you'll just assume that you will procrastinate. You'll just assume that you won't do the work because you always think that you are. But maybe it's because maybe you're not lazy. You just keep thinking that you are, so you keep doing it. But if you start thinking you're active, you take care of yourself, you're ambitious, you make plans for yourself, you set targets and goals, then maybe your mindset might change. So it's good to change that mindset of yours. Also, consuming content like this video and ambitious content helps. But do it so that after the video you make notes, and after the video you start implementing those notes and start working towards those notes as well. Because you can keep consuming this content and not doing anything, but your brain will feel like you are doing something which you are not. So don't fall into that rabbit hole. The last thing, okay, the key to consistency is do it tired, do it lazy, show up, do it today, do it now. For example, if you work there or if you go to school, there are many times, or uni, there are many times you're oh, I can't be asked, I don't want to, not in the mood, but you know that bills need to be paid, you know that you need to finish this degree, you know that you want to do well in exams, so you showed up. But because you showed up, because every time you showed you were consistent, regardless of how lazy you felt, unless you feel sick or you're in bad condition, you got hit by anyway, sorry guys, I had to move, but all is well. But basically what I'm saying is, if you didn't show up and keep showing up on the days where you're tired, you're lazy, you can't be asked, then you will not be here where you are today. Look at all the successful people that are out there. They will not be here, they will not be where they are today. That makes them different from you because they always show up. Rather it's rain or sunshine, they always show up. Perfect, that was the end of the video. I hope you liked it. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Let me know how it goes in the comments below. I'd love to hear your comments and whatnot. And that was the end of the video. And have a lovely day. Toodles. And I post twice, I post every 2 days.